From the heart of Houston, it's fun, it's engaging, it's Chatting with Chelsea. She's daytime's new bestie. Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards. Come back to me.
That was me doing contortion. That's my best attempt. All right, besties, welcome to another episode of Chatting with Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. Today, we are turning Chatting with Chelsea into Cirque du Chelsea. We got a great show for you. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a Cirque du Soleil show. They are so incredible. I am such a fan. I saw O back in Las Vegas a few years ago. And actually, I used to be an usher for Cirque du Soleil when they did Alegria back in 2003. This was a long, long time ago. One of my first jobs. And this was also the first job I got fired from. So let me explain, okay? You know, I like a good time, right? So a friend and I were working as ushers. We got invited by the circus crew to, hang out with them after a shift. The answer was absolutely yes. We wanted to show them a good time in Houston, and we did. We were out all night, like all over the place, had an incredible time, unforgettable. But then we woke up late the next morning for our shift. We showed up to the temp agency that hired us super late, and we were fired. Right there on the spot. No excuses. But I hate to say it, but it was worth it. I will say. But we got to tell you about this new Cirque du Soleil show, ECHO. It is absolutely amazing. I got to catch the premiere of it here in Houston. The show has a whole storyline to it. Part of it celebrates women's strength, and we've got a strong woman in here today. Penelope Elena performs incredible acrobatics, and she does this by hanging from her hair. She is here today to chat with us all about the circus life and also show us some of her contortionist skills. I just saw her perform at that premiere of Cirque du Soleil ECHO. My mouth was open the entire time she was on stage. The whole show was incredible. I had to apologize to the people in front of me because when I wasn't just dumbfounded into silence, I was just yelling stuff like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, I can't look, all of that. The lady behind me at one point just yelled out, holy sheesh. So I will say, the whole show, beautiful, the artistry, the costumes, definitely full of surprises. I was surprised to realize the singing we were hearing the whole time was live. There was a guy just hitting falsetto like it was nothing. They also managed to work in a lot of laughs. You will be amazed at the flexibility of these artists and then what the body can do. At the end of all that, I really wish I knew how to whistle, like the way people whistle for real with their fingers. Yeah, because they deserve that. Standing ovation all around. People say this show looks like it takes a lot of energy to do. That show, it looked like everybody had to be running on a pot of coffee. Like not sharing a pot of coffee, but each person needed their own pot of coffee. That's how much energy is in this show. And you know what else takes a lot of energy? Entertaining little kids. But this dad, he's really good at it.
What's good? What you want to get done today? Right now, you at a chocolate cookie crumble, but we're going to get you to a warm vanilla frappuccino. Oh, your nails look like mine. Where you get them done?
This baby alive.
Girl, stop moving. Okay, stop moving. Tell me, but don't move.
Does not have battery.
Oh, for real? Watch your ears.
I don't think you're doing it right.
Well, did you go to Cosmopolitan school?
No.
Okay, then. I'm doing it right. How that feel?
Good.
Good. All these other girls be using that Dyson, but I be using that Armor Raw. Brace yourself. Neil, it accidentally turned pink. It looks good. You look like you're ready for a concert.
I don't want this. Get away.
It look good.
No, it doesn't. I'm not paying you.
You won't pay me. I promise that.
love that. Cosmopolitan school. Like, he is so good. Great performance, Dad. And you know who else is great at performing? A little surprise guest. Christy Sarah is back at it, pranking her husband again. This is one he will never, ever forget.
We're going to be doing the lyric challenge. So you have to guess what song, and you have to sing along that I'm playing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, stay there.
Oh man, I can't even see. Oh my gosh.
All right. So I'm going to play the song, and then you're going to sing along. Are you ready? Okay, let's see what you got.
Okay. You don't know my name. Baby, baby, baby. I know that one. Come on now. I already know that one.
Keep going. Baby, baby, baby. From the dance baby, baby, wanna kiss your eyes. Yo, I didn't know that was the instrumental. I'm sitting there waiting for the song to come on.
The way he snatched off that mask, he just knew that was not his wife singing. All right, besties, get ready for a performance here at Cirque du Chelsea. We got that later in the show, but first we're going to bring out Penelope right after this break. Penelope Elena is a Cirque du Soleil artist currently performing in ECHO with a powerful act that shows off the strength of women. You actually hang by your hair in this, girl. Oh my gosh. How in the world did you get into doing that? Because it's such a rare art.
Yeah, it is very unique discipline, and I never thought of doing it. I always knew it existed until I saw it live for the first time on someone else, and I was like, oh my god, like it has such a special power of mesmerizing people, because it's kind of like, oh my god, I can't really look because it's so it looks so painful, but I can't stop looking because it's so beautiful at the same time.
Right.
So it has this special magic that I just fell in love with the first time I watched it. And it was really hard to learn the techniques. It took me a while to learn it.
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
You were already a contortionist.
Yes.
Already, so you had that training and that discipline as well.
It helped. It really helped.
Kind of segued into that.
I was also an airless before, and then it helped, having the strength, and especially for the neck strength and stuff like that. It was good to have the base of everything already.
I can't imagine how strong your neck muscles are doing all of this. I know Cirque du Soleil has performers from all over the world. Tell us where you're from.
I'm born and raised in Austria, but now I'm based in Berlin.
Okay. All right. When did you join Cirque du Soleil? How did that happen?
I joined in 2022 with some special events. Me and my former stage partner, we created the duo hair hanging act, which kind of got a lot of attention. Yeah. And we went to do some special events for Cirque, and then to 2023, we joined the creation for ECHO, and since then I'm on tour with ECHO. Yeah.
Wow, that must be amazing. Okay, so being on tour, we've had women on the show before who do a lot of traveling, and I always wonder, how do you find some balance or find some normalcy? Especially, you are in a circus, girl. How do you reset yourself when you need to?
Yeah, it's I always feel it's the little things. I travel with my little coffee maker that I always have with me. So I know my coffee always tastes the same in the morning. I wouldn't go for the same milk, oat milk every day. You kind of you figure out your routine and stuff like that, your little things. You have little pictures of your family and friends who remind you of home and stuff that you put on. And you create your little routine for yourself that always kind of like stays the same, because life is so crazy on tour and everything happens so fast and stuff. So it's really important to find your routines, I would say.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. How do you take care of your hair and your body? Let's start with the hair, because you're hanging by your hair. What is the hair care routine for something like this?
It is very important. The hair care, yes, like shampoo, conditioning, like leave-in conditioner, all of that. But what I found way more important is like the scalp, because like it's kind of like where the hair starts to grow, you know, like if the roots is not healthy, the hair is not healthy. I like tea tree oil, for example. I love tea tree oil. It calms the scalp down, and it's kind of like eliminates all like the extra bacteria or something like this.
Yeah.
But it's really important to like take care of your scalp and massage it and stuff like that. And I do a lot of like overnight like hair masks and stuff like that. It takes a while and you figure it out, and I'm still learning as well, because it's like not so many people I can ask like, what do you do for that?
Right, like what do you do when you're hanging by your hair? What's the routine there?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, so what about the body, because you're doing a lot there too?
Yes.
Are we doing Epsom salts every night? What are we doing?
Oh yeah, every hotel room that has a bathtub, I'm like, yes.
Yes. Score.
Yeah, like for me, because, and again, like every artist, every discipline requires different like maintenance and stuff. But for contortion, and I do a lot of contortion, for me like muscle relaxing after the show, like heat and stuff like that. It's really important. Also considering like to rest, like really to take the weekends. And yeah, 10 years ago, I would go on crazy adventures and parties and everything, and now I'm just like, nope. I won't leave my bed. I will stay right here and Uber eat. Like,
yes. Me too, girl. Yeah, the difference 10 years will make.
Yeah, it's important, and like it's really like my body. Like, thank you so much. You've been so great to me. But like, yeah, you really have to find the balance between like maintenance, the training, and conditioning, and all that stuff, but also really let it rest and like give it the breaks that it needs.
So good to hear you're taking care of yourself, because it's such an incredible show, and it looks like a lot of work goes into it. And your act in particular talks about, it shows that women's strength. How would you say that plays into like the greater storyline with the show?
Yeah, so like the storyline of ECHO, I mean, the fact that we have the main character is a girl, and for example, what I love is like you see her from the beginning until almost the end of the show, just like observing and being this little girl, and you're like, oh, cute little girl, and then out of a sudden she bangs out this like aerial routine, and nobody expects it with the animals, and like she's holding herself upside down in the air. It's crazy, and I love that, and our act as well, like the duet hair suspension, it shows really like two women like suspended by their hair from each other, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful doing that every day.
Are you the only ones doing this right now in the world where people can see?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, wow, that is powerful too. Okay,
yes, absolutely.
Well, thanks for representing and showing up for us. Okay, and we're about to get a taste of your performance as well, your talent.
Yes.
So can't wait for that.
Yes.
You got to change it to something a little more comfortable.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with some contortioning after this. What you've all been waiting for, Penelope Elena performs her contortionist act, Fulsorio. Like the music, whoa, like my mouth open the entire time. Oh, here you go. Oh, thank you so much for that. That was beautiful and outstanding. Oh my gosh. So when did you realize you could do that? Because obviously you have to be born with what they call double joints. When did you find out, like, oh, I can turn into all sorts of things?
It's funny because my mom, she was a dancer. So I kind of like, she started stretching me when I was like 3 years old or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So my body was kind of like used to that kind of like very early onwards, and it also kind of like, it almost grew with it, like, because I never stopped doing it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, I just trained it from a very young age.
Wow, my goodness. And you're out of breath because that was a lot. It takes some work. You make it look so easy, though.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
You got to tell me this, because, you know, when I work out, my warm-ups are just like a little bit of this, a little bit of stretching of the arms. I know yours has to be way more intense. Like, how do you warm up for something like this?
With the contortion, it's like, because like I'm so flexible, it's also important to have the muscles to support the flexibility.
Oh, good
So
point.
it's a lot of stretching, but it's actually more strengthening than you would think, because it's kind of like the spine. You can imagine like my spine, it's like really like this.
Yes.
So I need the muscles to support the spine, and then the muscles to put the spine in place in order to not hurt the joints, obviously.
Ah, okay.
So it's a combination between like stretching, but also like strength and conditioning for the back muscles and like stuff like that, but also like sitting in a split for like an hour or something like that.
Look, she just tossed it up so easily. And you were holding yourself up on these blocks. I can tell that takes a lot of strength. So when you do your strength training, is it mostly body, your body weight, or are you adding extra weight?
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of like just body weight workouts and stuff like that. I'm a big fan of Pilates.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. I love that.
But the handstand, it's again like a different training than like the contortion, because like it's just like obsessive like training, just like 1 or 2 or 3 hours every day, just practicing to balance and stuff. Like, yeah.
Ooh, that's what I was wondering. So, do you get a day off, or is it every day we're training for this?
Now I get days off.
Now you do? Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
What do you like to do on your days off? Just out of curiosity.
Nada.
Absolutely nothing.
Nada. I don't leave my bed. I'm like, don't even make me take the stairs or something.
I love it. How long does it take for like costume and makeup?
In the beginning, honestly, the makeup, it took me like 3 hours. I'm a slow person.
And you do your own?
We do our own makeup.
Oh
so
my
we get like,
goodness.
they teach us how to do it in step by step.
Wow.
And then they kind of guide you to like do it yourself.
Yes.
But now like doing it, like I think we like 600 and something shows in. So I'm like, okay, I'm down to 1 hour.
You're
so
like, oh, down to 1 hour.
It still takes an hour.
That's all. A lot of people are surprised. Like, we do our own makeup for TV as well.
Oh,
And, you know, once you get in the groove, you just slap punch. It's showtime.
Exactly. You have days it's a little bit better and make a day.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. All right. So what do you do with your breathing? Like, do you have to control it through your performance?
Interesting question, because yes, absolutely. Like in the routine, like I have parts where I'm like, okay, now I have to breathe, because then there are positions where it's like literally you can't really breathe. And if you don't coordinate the breathing accordingly, like you get to that position and you feel like passing out, literally. So it's important to like know, okay, like this is the moment you breathe. Like you see me before I go up in the handstand, I'm like, okay, this is it, you know,
Don't
And
forget.
it's important because, like, especially when you perform in front of people, like with pressure and stuff, you forget to do that because you're like so like, okay, like this,
Yeah.
and you get like halfway through the routine and you're completely out of breath and your muscles start shaking and stuff. So it's the breathing is super important.
Super important. Do not forget to breathe.
Do not forget
Feel
to
like
breathe.
that's the key to life as well.
But I still have to remind myself. Sometimes I'm like, breathe, Penelope. Okay.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
you're
That was an
welcome.
incredible
Thank you.
performance.
Thanks for having
I
me.
know we want to remind people where to catch you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll have that when we come back. All right. Right?
Thank you.
All right, Penelope, I know people want to see more of that, so where can they check you out?
We are currently under the big tub at Sam Houston Race Park until March 23rd, but there will be more cities after Houston.
Yes, people got to see when ECHO is coming to the city near them. So folks got to go to cirque-du-soleil.com to find out when you're coming to the city near them as well.
Exactly.
And get tickets and all that because you don't want to miss this. It was an incredible night. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you all for watching this Cirque du Chelsea episode right here. Keep up with us on Chelsea Show 5 on social media. We'll see you on the next Chat with Chelsea.